comma, only works on Tuesday at her clinic.
That's almost there. Can you try the next one? Fresh food items, especially fruits and vegetables, are good to eat on a daily basis.
Fresh food items, especially fruits and vegetables, comma, are good to eat on a daily basis.
Excellent. So this one needs 2 commas though. So where is the first comma gonna go? To just like
Fruits and vegetables.
fruits and vegetables. One more word. You're almost there. So what part do we not need? What words don't we need in this sentence?
Especially.
Fresh fruits.
So you would say especially fruits and vegetables
Yeah.
are good to eat. Oh, you could do that. Almost there. You were right where the vegetables were, the comma, because we're taking out. What are we taking out, Jasmine?
We're taking out the not needed.
And what words would those be?
The fresh food items, comma, especially fruits and vegetables, comma, are not good. Are good to eat.
All right. So we want to put the comma after items because we don't need the especially fruits and vegetables. That's just a little extra information. Fresh food is our subject, and they are good to eat. That's our noun on a daily basis. Fresh foods and vegetables are good to eat. So we're gonna comma fresh food items, comma especially fruits and vegetables, comma are good to eat on a daily basis. This is one of the tricky ones because you have to figure out what's the kind of extra not necessary information. So this is one that we'll practice and it'll be a challenge. Karina.
So, does the additional information have to be in the middle of the sentence? Or what if it's at the end?
It could be at the end. You could do that. You could put a comma if it's at the end.
But then you just do one comma.
Then exactly, you would do one comma. Now that would be a rare one. Usually they're kind of because they usually follow they usually do a description.
And then
Like I love to play different games, comma especially cricket and volleyball. So then I would be saying cricket and volleyball. That's kind of a extra. So we kind of like that.
Practice.
All right, let's.
Dr. Jones, my family doctor, only works on Tuesdays at her clinic. Fresh food items, especially fruits and vegetables, are good to eat on a daily basis. So again, look at this and think, okay, what's the meat of the sentence? What's the most important part of the sentence? And then what's just the little bit of extra information that's not changing the sentence or not extremely important to the sentence? Okay, so Dr. Jones, my family doctor, only works on Tuesdays at her clinic. Because Dr. Jones only works on Tuesdays at her clinic, that's the main part of the sentence. This is just extra information. Fresh food items, comma, especially fruits and vegetables, comma, are good to eat on a daily basis. Okay, rule 5. Use a comma to separate a quotation from the rest of a sentence. So in American English, commas always go before closing quotation marks. In British English, usually it's afterwards, but we're going to focus on American English in this lesson. So examples, I am exhausted, he said. Okay, so because this is not, if this sentence ended and it was just I am exhausted and this wasn't here, the he said, this would end in a period. But because this is part of a sentence, we have to have a comma here before the quotation and then put he said. Jack's boss yelled, comma, quotation, get back to work. Remember, of course, to have a space in between as well. Again, this is because this quotation here is part of this sentence.
Well, let me know.
So if you're beginning with a quotation and then you have this little tag at the end, you'd have the comma after the final word before the quotation. But if you're beginning with this little tag here, Jack's boss yelled, then you have comma, get back to work. Okay? Finally, this one is a little bit more difficult because we have a tag, the attributive tag in between. So we have to go, when you leave the room, comma, my mother yelled, comma, turn off the lights. So when you leave the room, turn off the lights is the full sentence, but because we have this little tag here in the middle, it's all still one sentence. So we have to put a comma, then the quotation, and this is not a part of the quotation. The mother didn't yell this. It's the mother who's yelling the words that are in the quotation. So then we put another comma, turn off the lights.
Right, so it's inside.
Okay, very
before
important.
tag.
If a quotation before an attributive tag ends in a question mark or exclamation point, don't use a comma. So we mean, by these tags, we mean this. He said, Jack's boss yelled, my mother yelled. So for example, where are you? He asked. Not, where are you? Question mark, comma. This one we would not write, okay? We would not need a comma here because this ends in a question mark. And if it also ended in an exclamation mark, we would not put a comma here because it already has a punctuation. So let's do some practice. If you don't go to sleep now, she whispered, you'll be very tired tomorrow. Finish the report by tomorrow morning, the manager ordered.
All right, who wants to give it a try? Let's see, someone online. Karina! If you don't go to sleep now, she whispered, you'll be very tired tomorrow. Karina!
Put the comma in between and be very tired tomorrow.
In between where? Between what word would it go after? Oh, you're back. So, do you mean before the you'll be very tired tomorrow? Have I lost my sound again? I think that's what she meant. And there'll be one more. Where will it go? Joshua, where will the comma go?
In which one?
The first one. We got one comma, but there's two commas in that one. So where would they go? Oh, sorry, I went too far there with my... The last two are super easy, or the last three are super easy. Here we go, this one, sorry.
So, after whispered?
Yep, that's the one we got. So where's the other one go?
Oh, after now.
After now. So if you don't go to sleep now, comma, because we're breaking... Again, that's a dependent clause, right? If you don't go to sleep now. If your mother says, if you don't go to sleep now, you're going to be waiting for her to finish that sentence. Right? Like, how is that going to follow? You'll be very tired tomorrow. So then we just say she whispered to let it know. Because that...
After the final letter, before
Sorry, Karthik?
Why are you supposed to do? Because when you're saying if you don't go to sleep now, you whisper. Wouldn't that just be the first one and then you say
the quotation marks. She whispered,
So-
comma, you'll be very tired tomorrow. Because again, if you don't go to sleep now, you'll be very tired tomorrow is a full sentence. So we have to place the commas in between this tag here. Finish the report by tomorrow morning, comma, the manager ordered. Okay?
And if that manager yelled that, you could put an exclamation.
So rule number 6,
No.
use a comma to separate an introductory element from the rest of a sentence. So this is quite easy.
These ones you'll have no...
Examples. Hey, how are you today? Sorry, you're not invited to my party. Wait, what time does the meeting start? And oftentimes you'll know it's to put a comma because you have a little pause when you say this anyways. You don't go, hey, how are you today? You go, hey, how are you today? Okay? So these are all introductory words that we have to separate from the rest of the sentence.
So they're introductory words. I'm
Practice.
going to do this part kind of quick. They're introductory words that don't really... You could say the rest of the sentence without them. So, hey, sorry, yo, unfortunately, yes, no, oh, what's up? Any of those things where you just kind of adding them at the beginning, they get a comma after. So, unfortunately, I didn't finish my work on time. I could just say, I didn't finish my work on time.